The Hope Diamond. This is one of the most famous and valuable diamonds in the world, known not only for its stunning blue hue, but also for the legends of bad luck and misfortune that surround it. The diamond is believed to have been discovered in India in the 17th century, likely from the Kolar mine in the Golconda region. It originally weighed over 112 carats and was known as the Tavernier Blue, named after the French merchant Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, who sold it to King Louis XIV of France in 1668. After being recut, it became known as the French Blue and was part of the French crown jewels. In 1792, during the chaos of the French Revolution, the diamond was stolen along with other crown jewels. It resurfaced in London in 1839, drastically reduced in size to about 45.52 carats, and became known as the Hope Diamond after being purchased by banker Henry Philip Hope. The Hope Diamond is infamous for its supposed curse, which is believed to bring bad luck, misfortune, and even death to its owners. Some of the alleged victims of the curse include Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, who is said to have been mauled to death by wild dogs, though records suggest he died of natural causes. King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette, who were executed during the French Revolution after the diamond had been in their possession. Evelyn Walsh McLean, an American socialite who owned the diamond in the early 20th century, suffered a series of personal tragedies, including the death of her son in a car accident and the institutionalization of her daughter. The Hope Diamond was eventually sold to the famous jeweler Harry Winston, who donated it to the Smithsonian Institution in 1958. Since then, it has been on display at the National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., and has become one of the museum's most visited and iconic pieces. The diamond currently weighs 45.52 carats and is valued at around $250 million. The Crying Boy. This is a well-known series of paintings by Italian artist Bruno Amadio that gained notoriety due to a strange urban legend associated with them. The paintings, created in the 1950s, depict a young boy with tears streaming down his face. While the artwork became quite popular and reproduced widely as prints, its reputation took a darker turn due to a mysterious curse that many believe is attached to it. The legend of the Crying Boy painting emerged in the 1980s in the United Kingdom, where multiple instances of house fires were reported. In a significant number of these cases, the homes were severely damaged by fire, but the Crying Boy painting itself was found unharmed. This phenomenon led to the belief that the painting was cursed and caused fires wherever it was displayed. The story of the cursed painting gained widespread attention when it was covered by The Sun, a British tabloid, in 1985. The newspaper ran a sensational story about a couple whose house had burned down, claiming that the only item to survive the blaze was a Crying Boy painting. The article further suggested that firefighters had encountered multiple similar cases, where homes with the painting were destroyed by fire, but the painting itself remained intact. After the newspaper coverage, fear surrounding the Crying Boy painting grew. Some people began to destroy their copies of the painting, while others insisted it brought bad luck. The Sun even organized a mass burning event where people could send in their paintings to be destroyed, believing it would break the curse. Despite the eerie stories, many have sought to explain the mystery logically. Skeptics suggest that the painting's survival in fires could be attributed to the materials used in its production. The prints were made with a flame-retardant varnish, which may have protected them from the fires. For believers in the curse, the Crying Boy paintings are said to hold an eerie power. Some speculate that the boy depicted in the painting suffered a tragic fate and that his spirit is somehow attached to the artwork, causing misfortune. Others believe the sadness and despair in the painting's subject matter could attract negative energy or entities, leading to the bad luck associated with it. The Busby Stoop Chair. The legend originates from the early 18th century in North Yorkshire, England, and centers around Thomas Busby, a convicted murderer. Busby was sentenced to death for killing his father-in-law, Daniel Oddie, after a dispute. Before his execution, Busby reportedly cursed his favorite chair, declaring that anyone who sat in it would die shortly thereafter. According to the tale, Busby's curse on the chair was taken seriously after several mysterious deaths were reported. Over the centuries, many people who sat in the chair were said to meet untimely deaths shortly afterward. The chair was believed to bring bad luck, illness, or fatal accidents to those who dared to sit in it. The legend grew in notoriety during World War II when soldiers from a nearby airbase visited the pub where the chair was located. It was said that many of them sat in the chair and later died in combat. Other reports claim that people who sat in the chair were later involved in car crashes or fatal accidents, fueling the belief that the curse was real. To prevent further deaths, the chair was eventually donated to the Thirsk Museum in the 1970s. Out of fear of the curse, the museum hung the chair on the wall, where no one could sit in it again. The Dybbuk Box. This is a wooden wine cabinet that became infamous for allegedly being haunted by a Dybbuk, a malicious spirit from Jewish folklore. According to tradition, a Dybbuk is the soul of a deceased person that has not moved on and seeks to possess the living. The story of the box gained widespread attention in 2003 when it was listed for sale on eBay by Kevin Mannis, who described a series of terrifying paranormal events after acquiring it from the estate of a Holocaust survivor. Mannis and subsequent owners reported strange occurrences, including inexplicable illnesses, bad luck, nightmares, and disturbing smells like ammonia or jasmine. Electrical devices malfunctioned around the box, and some even claimed to see shadowy figures in their homes. The box reportedly contained strange items, such as locks of hair, a dried rosebud, and a small goblet. It is currently housed in Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, where visitors have reported eerie experiences just being near it. The Black Orlov Diamond. This is also known as the Eye of Brahma Diamond. It is a famous black diamond weighing 67.5 carats. It is renowned for its deep, dark color and cursed reputation. The diamond is believed to have originated in India, where it was allegedly stolen from a statue of the Hindu god Brahma, specifically from one of his eyes. This act is said to have triggered a curse on anyone who owned or came into contact with the diamond. The Black Orlov came to the Western world in the early 20th century, where it was linked to a series of tragic events. Several of its owners, including 2 Russian princesses and a diamond dealer, reportedly committed suicide by jumping from buildings, which only fueled the belief in its curse. However, in the 1940s, the diamond was recut to its current shape in an attempt to break the curse. Today, it is set in a diamond and platinum necklace and is displayed in museums or sold to private collectors. While the curse's credibility is questioned, the Black Orlov remains a captivating part of gemstone folklore. Vasano Vase, also known as the cursed Italian vase, is a notorious artifact believed to bring death to those who own it. Said to have been crafted in the 15th century, the vase allegedly surfaced in a small Italian village in the late 1980s. According to legend, it was discovered buried with a note that read, "Beware, this vase brings death." Despite the warning, it was reportedly auctioned off to collectors, but tragedy followed. The first documented owner died mysteriously within months, as did subsequent owners, all under mysterious circumstances. The vase was sold multiple times, but each new owner met with sudden and unexplained deaths, fueling its reputation as a cursed object. The stories surrounding the vase suggest it was eventually hidden or reburied to prevent further harm, though its exact whereabouts remain unknown today. The Plantation Mirror. This is a historical artifact associated with tales of hauntings and misfortune, allegedly originating from a southern plantation during the 19th century, a time when slavery was prevalent in the United States. The mirror was reportedly a part of the grand decor in the home of a wealthy plantation owner. The lore surrounding the Plantation Mirror suggests that it absorbed the suffering, death, and misery experienced on the plantation where it was hung. Some stories claim that enslaved people who perished under brutal conditions, or plantation family members who died tragically, have had their spirits trapped within the mirror's reflective surface. People have claimed to see shadowy figures or ghostly faces reflected in the mirror, even when no one else was in the room. Others report feeling sudden coldness or chills when standing near the mirror, believed to be a sign of spiritual presence. There are also stories of faint whispering, unexplained footsteps, or soft crying emanating from around the mirror. Owners of the mirror, or those who have had it in their homes, have reported experiencing terrible luck, health problems, and financial ruin. The current whereabouts of the Plantation Mirror are unclear, though some believe it resides in a private collection or was hidden away to prevent further harm.